Okay, I am back cooking because yesterday was such a hit. So today I'm continuing my Mexican theme of cooking, and I am actually going to make chilaquiles, which are my favorite, with some of the tortillas that I made yesterday. And chilaquiles are best when you leave the tortilla out to like dry. Some of them I left out to dry, but I like them very crispy, so I'm just going to fry them a lot. And I like eggs with my chilaquiles. However, I don't personally eat eggs. So I am going to make my vegan egg scramble. And I had already started making this. I take yellow dal, or it's called, my fridge is so cold, like it froze the top. But mung beans, split yellow lentils, soak them in water either overnight, or you can, I'm back, what's up? Or you can put hot water over them, and that will soften them up. So to catch anyone up to speed who just came in, this is yellow split lentils. I'm going to make a vegan egg scramble, similar to like just egg. If you've ever eaten just egg, this is my repetition, my inspiration of just egg. So I took, this was a cup of yellow lentils that are split, and I soaked them in hot water, but then I left them in the fridge for like 2 days. So they have really softened up, and the point for them to be in water is for them to soften. So thank you for the like, share it, because everything will be basically vegan. I do have a cheesy seasoning blend that does have milk product. However, you can omit that, okay? This is why I do not take the title of vegan. I just take the title of making good food. So first, I'm going to make this vegan egg scramble. Any high-speed blender, I just plugged in the blender. I'm going to use the lentils, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna throw this in here, and I actually usually like to roast the onion that I put in because everything tastes better with onions and garlic. So I always add onion powder and garlic powder, but then I add the real thing. And because I live in here in Hawaii, I often talk about this. I prefer to use whatever grows in the island, on the island. So I like to put the powder stuff in first. So I have nutritional yeast to make it taste like cheesy. And I love nutritional yeast. I do. It makes everything taste delicious. Garlic powder. A bunch. I over season everything. I really do. Onion powder. For color, turmeric is really good, and oftentimes people use black salt. So black salt gives an eggy type of taste, which I do have. I just don't really care for the taste of black salt. So it has a smell of sulfur. So it has that eggy type of smell. And it looks like this. It's actually pink, but it's a salt. It's a salt. So this can be put into the vegan egg mixture. So this is a cup of yellow split peas that I've soaked in water for a couple of days. Thank you for liking the live. Please continue to share it. Yesterday's cooking live was fantastic. It went on for 4 hours, so we'll see how long this one goes. It can't go on that long because someone wants me to come pick up some coconuts. So I have to go pick up those coconuts, and then maybe we'll do something with the fresh coconuts that I pick up. However, before I enter this, I put all of my seasonings at the bottom because then I feel that it really gets into the mixture opposed to me putting it on the top. So nutritional yeast, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and I love my kosher salt, and I always have it in a ramekin where I can just throw it in. Pepper. Red pepper flakes make everything taste good, so I always throw in some red pepper flakes. It's at your house. I left my wig at your house. That's why you asking about it. Don't you remember? I left it at your house, so send me my wig. Okay, red pepper flakes. And then I'm going to put in one of these, a whole onion, just because then I really, exactly, but that's not what you called me yesterday, so send me my wig. It's a relatively small onion, but onion makes everything taste good. And so does the onion peeling. Okay, so anyone who's in the live, thank you. Anyone who's in my live that wasn't in my live yesterday, this is one of my favorite tips. I like to keep the produce bag that anytime you buy produce, you're welcome, thank you. I like to keep it on the counter next to me, so whatever I cut, I just throw it in here, and it's here. And then I put it in my compost pile because I have a big compost outside. Sometimes the leftovers I use for something, like these onion peel. I found this out on TikTok. You can make like such a nice seasoning by toasting the onion peel and grinding it up. Thank you, Philip, for the roses. So sometimes I like to play with people. I remember, now I tell a lot of stories because I have a lot of stories, okay? I was in Paris with the man who was in my life at the time, because I have previously lived in Paris and London and New York and DC. Now I live in Hawaii. And this was all during the time I was a flight attendant for about 15 years. So we were, and I even remember where we would stay. So I went to see him. He actually had textile factories, so it worked out perfectly because we both traveled a lot. And we were in our hotel, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and get some breakfast, petit déjeuner. And the breakfast stopped at like 10 a.m. So I went down at say 9:48. And when I got to, what's up, nice to see you. When I got to the restaurant where they were serving breakfast, they said, it's not possible, breakfast is fini, c'est fini, parce que le temps, breakfast is fini, like it's not possible. That is the favorite line of French people. It is not possible. It is not possible. Like, okay, I get it. It's not possible. C'est bon, okay. And so I went back up to the room, and I told the gentleman I was with, I said, check this out. They told me there's no breakfast. they said it's over. And he was like, what? Because this is how he spoke. I'm very good with accents. He was originally from Martinique, but raised in Paris and then LA. And I said, no, they said breakfast is finished. He said, what? No, look at the time. It's not finished. And he would always just yell. I actually liked it because I like a little bit of crazy. You got to know you're crazy. But it was enough. So he said, no, if people want to get stupid with me, I'll get stupid with them. And he like stormed down and then I was able to have breakfast. So that is a lesson in sometimes when people say it is not possible. It's always possible. It's always possible. What are you referring to, Joy? What's up, Mag? Okay, so I'm throwing the onion in the mixture. I do not think French people are rude. Now, since I'm a speaker of the language, I believe once the language is understood and the culture and me living there, a lot of the underlying feeling, especially if you're coming from the US, will not be understood. However, I don't find it rude or arrogant or forceful. However, understanding the language helped me understand a bit more. Okay, so anyone who is new, we are making like a vegan egg scramble to go with my chilaquiles, because I love chilaquiles. Of course you had to. Of course, Mag. I'm always happy to see you. So in here I have a small onion, fresh onion, onion powder, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, and I'm going to add a little baking soda because it makes it light and fluffy, as well as aquafaba. So aquafaba, and I talked about this yesterday, is the juice around the chickpeas. So I actually soak and make my own chickpeas, but if you use canned chickpeas, you can do the same. And this creates a very airy, light type of texture, similar to like egg whites. So I like to put this in everything, really. Yeah, it's not possible. What's up, what's up, what's up, Cat Mom? How are you? It is not, it's always possible. French people are funny. They are hilarious. Like, I've learned so much from French people. And for me, honestly, I acquired my grasp of French while being in, so Cindy, I'm currently making a vegan egg scramble. So I like, yay, I'm gonna use that today. So I soaked 1 cup of like yellow, yellow splint lentils, or like mung bean lentils, whatever it is. I soaked it. You can put it in hot water to soften it up, and it grew to 2 cups, but it's only 1 cup, and this will create my egg-like scramble. So I'm going to add that to the 1 fresh onion, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, nutritional yeast, baking soda, aquafaba, and that's it. So why salt? Because salt makes things taste good. Salt always makes things taste good. Right. So yeah, salt makes things taste good. And I use it for that. I have a sister who uses salt on nothing and everything tastes disgusting. That is none of your business. So now I'm going to blend. Thank you, Fun with Candy. I'm never single. I always have angels and protective guidance around me. I'm married to this great life that I live. So there's your answer. Okay, my goal is to get this mixture as smooth as possible. Hey, what's up? So I'm gonna add a little bit more liquid because I do like wet setting. So okay, actually this is great for me, because I don't typically think about these things. I typically started off on a lower, medium low, just to get it fully incorporated. What's up, John? I am always having an amazing day. Thank you for that. A medium low setting to get it fully incorporated, and then I crank it up. Then I crank it up all the way, okay? But I started on a lower speed just to incorporate everything. Glad to see those yellow hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Me too. You see, it's that easy. You just push away anything that keeps away this good feeling. Also, you can use any type of any type of alternative milk, coconut milk, or real milk. As I stated yesterday, to me, cooking is alchemy. So there's no wrong way to do it. It's the way you do it, and I'm proud of you. So keep doing it. I'll add a little oil. This is olive oil. And I'll probably continue to blend it because I like it really, really smooth. It is pretty smooth. So I think that's good enough. Like, it's good enough. It's me. I know what I'm doing. It's gonna taste good. Anyway, so I had said how much I love chilaquiles. So yesterday I made some tortillas, and to me chilaquiles are the best because you can just leave some tortillas out to dry, and then they're the best at soaking up the sauce, which I made yesterday. So we have our chilaquiles sauce, and it's really easy. Essentially, it's just fried tortillas, or you can use tortilla chips. The sauce, I like to use the egg scramble, my vegan egg scramble. You can use real egg, you can use no egg. I then add black beans, I add salsa, I add my tamalito salsa. I love avocado. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It probably is a dress you had from years ago because I got it from a thrift store. It's from like the 90s. So it's possible it was the same dress, but it's calm, cool, and collected, just like me. Before I start the chilaquiles, I'm also gonna have the purple potato hash. So I'm going to take the Okinawan purple sweet potato. So the sauce is chilaquile sauce. So it is the dried guajillo chiles. You typically see them in the bags in the spice aisle. They're the dried chiles. Now, I use the last ones. I'll make a post, and I'll also, all of my lives, I post onto YouTube the day after. On the YouTube description, I'll put everything because it's very simple. It's a few of the dried guajillo chilies, garlic, I believe I used some onion, salt, pepper. It's a very simple sauce. Very simple. Little water. I'll write it down. So check the YouTube, and maybe I'll chop this up and put it. Thank you. That's the goal, to put out this energy. I'll make a post. I'll try to make a post because it's so easy, and this sauce is good on everything. Sometimes I cook it before I actually use it because that adds a different flavor and a complexity and a robustness. But I like my chilaquiles to be very crispy, so I typically cook the sauce while it's cooking. So yesterday I peeled a Okinawan purple sweet potato. This is it. Let me show you how beautiful it is. Look at this color. So this is native. There's a few. I know there's the Okinawan purple sweet potato from like Japan, but this is known here in Hawaii, and it's eaten often. It's eaten, yes, aren't they delicious? And I just love the color. I will broil these in the oven or bake them till they get caramelized. What's up, beautiful? How you doing? And then mash it up with black beans and make a delicious vegan black bean purple sweet potato burger. So I'll do more of these lives with me cooking because I do cook every day. This is why I have this lovely energy, because you are what you eat. And everything that you're seeing is from the island of Hawaii. I like to eat what is grown on the soil where I live, and you gotta take a chance. Let's get a close up on the earrings. Gotta get a close up on the earrings. Sometimes you gotta take a chance. Let me get my phone charger. Okay, so I do love my earrings that are bold. This is a reason why I love. Thank you. You're keeping me. What you mean you keeping me? Hold on now. Did I say I'm here to be kept? Yeah, I do like good food. And again, this is second nature to me because it's all jokes, Silos. It's all jokes, but this is how my parents cooked. And me growing up in Fresno, which is like farm town, it's the ag center of the nation. I had all of these beautiful foods and farmers around, and my dad knew people that had farms, so they would drop off beautiful artichokes or potatoes or carrots, apricots, greens, all sorts of things. Yeah, all of the fruit. Yeah, I'll do more with fruit because, matter of fact, let me take out my agua fresca from yesterday, which I made this kiwi mint basil agua fresca, which is delicious. I have a soursop tree. Yes, I love Hawaii too. And the culture, the people, the feeling, I love it. I have a soursop tree where I live, as well as a mango tree. So, and it's mango season. So you will see me do more things with mango because it's mango season. And I love using like the green mango, making mango chutney. I have lived in New York, and when I was a flight attendant, I loved flying to Trinidad and Tobago, so I like to eat doubles, which is like a chickpea sandwich patty. I make a pretty good rendition. I live on Maui. There are no active volcanoes on the island of Maui. However, the last time I was on the Big Island, it erupted, and that was beautiful. To see the beauty of the lava, because it's not something that you see. I mean, you're quite far. You're like 10 miles away. You have to almost have goggles or binoculars to see it, but it's the beauty is unmatched. To see that flowing lava, it is quite a spectacle. So I am just going to shred my purple sweet potatoes, because what's a meal if you don't have a starch, if you don't have a potato? Oh, okay. Well, this was like 2 years ago, because I went skydiving. Oh yeah, the road to Hana. Yeah, the road to Hana. I've done it on my own. I've done it with family. I've done it with friends. In fact, I'm gonna have to do it again soon, because friends come. But I prefer not to be the driver. Oh, I love, yes. I love doubles. I prefer not to be the driver, because then I don't get to, my focus is the road. So anyone in the live, the road to Hana is this beautiful area of Maui. Parts of it is where Jurassic Park was filmed. So that beautiful leafy green vegetation is what you see. There's waterfalls everywhere. There's lush flowers. It's just heaven. It's absolutely beautiful. That's great. Good for them. I do go to Honolulu to like shop or see friends. And it is it's very city-like. However, the city is, I'm done with the city. I've had enough cities. I love Honolulu though. I love Honolulu. I love the North Shore. Michigan. Okay, so when I would lay over in Detroit, people at the hotel, when I was the flight attendant, would always look out for me. Jurassic Park is on the same island. Yeah, so Jurassic Park was filmed in both. You know, I need a new one of these, because just like the stylus, I naturally have big, curly, thick hair, and I would break my stylus combs because I have so much hair. Similar to what I'm doing now. It's okay. I break things. My mom would say, that girl breaks everything. That's what my mom would say, and I do. So what? Just buy another one. So, we will continue. I always tell the story because I was just a rambunctious kid. I've grown into a rambunctious adult, and I always wanted to be a archaeologist or you see, that's it for shredding the potatoes. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I've shredded it enough. If the thing keeps busting off, it's telling me, hope you done. If I'm done, I'm done. Boom. So let me show you what I just did. So I just shredded the purple sweet potato just to make some purple hash browns. That's it. So I'm gonna do that as well as my chilaquiles. Right. So because I wanted to be a paleontologist, archaeologist, I said, you know what? Let me start here. There may be fossils underneath the house. So this is when we lived in St. Louis, Missouri. I lived in St. Louis, Missouri for about 5 years. from ages 2 to 7. So refreshing and light. And yes, it did work well. My idea was to take this hammer and sledgehammer and bust all of the concrete in the driveway to the house to find, yes, please tap the screen, share it, because it's gonna keep getting better, to find fossils. So I completely busted up the whole driveway with a sledgehammer and a hammer in hopes to finding fossils. I don't know why my mom didn't look outside to see what I was doing, but I did bust up the entire driveway. And then as I was finishing, my father drove up and he was like, he just couldn't even talk because the entire driveway was a search area for fossils. But you know, that's what happens when you're a kid. So what? If my kid did that, oh well. It shows that they have determination. Okay. So now I'm going to do both. I'm just going to fry these up. Maybe I should put a little onion. Everything's better with like spice. Well, but then again, at that point, what can you do? It's already broken. It's already done. It's already done. Tap me on the shoulder and say, good, Hope. To be completely honest, though, I don't remember what happened afterwards. I don't remember what happened afterwards at all. I was always breaking things. Okay, so oil in both pans. Oil in the pan for the potatoes, oil in the pan for the chilaquiles, and yes, let me get some. Okay, so I love my spice. So of course I have to add a serrano pepper because I love adding a pepper to everything. Jalapeno isn't spicy enough. Habanero or Scotch bonnet, I do have some of those, but I'm not going to take it all the way there today. I will just use the serrano, which has a good amount of heat. And I'm throwing the whole serrano pepper into the potatoes. Yeah, my parents, I think there was 4 of us. So by the time they got to me, because I'm number 3, well, technically there's 5 of us, but I was raised with 4 of my sisters. So my father was married prior, so I have a older sister who's like 12 years older than me, and then me and my sisters were all raised in the same home. So just potatoes with a little serrano, obviously some salt, some pepper. I like to keep potatoes pretty easy because how can you go wrong with a potato? If you go wrong with a potato, you should like reevaluate life, because it's really difficult to mess up a potato. Now, with my potatoes, I like that real crust on the potato, like a real crust on the potato. And now the chilaquiles oil should be hot enough. So I like to leave the tortillas out so they get dried up. And then I'm gonna cut them. Yeah, they're nice and dried, which is good. Even if I don't cut them, because they're so dry, I'll like tear them into fours. And I will, let's bring the camera over here so you can see. I don't like to see the time, so I'm just going to see how hot that is. Yeah. I like my chilaquiles to get really, really crispy. So I'm gonna let those like get pretty crisp. Well, thank you for tapping. Thank you for tapping. I appreciate that. I tore up the tortillas. So I tear them up into almost chip-like sizes. And yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. We waited for you. And I let it get really crispy, and then I pour my chilaquile sauce in, and then I let that cook, and then I pour in this vegan egg scramble, so it like coats those crispy tortillas, and it's just delicious. As you should. I love when a man learns from me. I got a lot to teach, baby. Okay, so with the potatoes, I love the crispness of a hash brown. Like, don't give me a hash brown unless it's one big orb of potato with crispy on both sides. So I make my own tortillas, and that's what I did yesterday. Let me show you. Okay. So I make my own tortillas. I have masa mix. I use 2 cups of masa, roughly about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of warm water. Form it into a ball, press it out, fry it on both sides. I make my own tortillas. I make everything. That's why Silos is trying to keep me, because I make it all. I'm on live TikTok live right now, so.
All right.
Are you free?
I'll have you out of live. I'll be at the house coconut.
Okay, I'll hit you after.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye. Okay, so I am an important woman. So, yes, let me not let these, okay, I better not burn nothing while I'm on live, okay? Because my mom would say, now girl, look, you need to focus. And that's really how my mom talks. And I love her deeply. Okay, it was almost a great flip. But I like that crispiness, like that. It's the pièce de résistance. Okay? You got to have your potatoes crispy. If your potatoes aren't crispy, don't talk to me. Who wants a soggy potato? Now my tortillas are nice and crispy and brown. I'm going to flip them over. I sometimes use my fingers. That shows how much of a pro that I am. So now that these are getting nice and brown, and it's just for me, so I don't make a ton. I don't make a lot. I make enough for me, and that's it, okay? So I'm going to now pour in my chilaquile sauce, which I also made. Most of this is all made by me. All of it's all made by me. get a nice coating on here, and it's delicious. Please continue to like and share the live. This is so much fun. I usually come on and give an uplifting message, and I do as I'm cooking. However, I'm going to cook more because I cook all the time. I cook every day. People seem to like it. So, potatoes are good. Thank you, Fun with Tammy. You're right. Like a non-crispy potato, what kind of life is that? Unless it's a mashed potato. Now, my latest thing is like the twice baked or triple baked fries, where you boil your potato for maybe 10 minutes, take it out, fry it at a high temperature for maybe like 5 minutes, then take them off, then fry it again. So you have this ultimate crispiness. And thank you. Listen, that warms my heart. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you learning to eat some good food. Because that's what matters. And I give all of this to my parents. Because really, my mom is where I learned all this from. And all of the women in my family. I've been surrounded by some astounding, classy, subtle strength my entire life. And they also allowed me to just operate as I am. They did not put constraints because of my skin color. They said, no, we love you, we support you, be who you are, girl. So I'm going to continue to do that, okay? So, now that's nice. See that? It's delicious. We have already made our vegan egg scramble. So at this time, I'm going to throw in the vegan egg scramble into the tortillas that are crispy, the chilaquiles sauce that's really soaked up into the tortillas, and I'll do another one. Yes, chilaquiles. Like, does life get any better? Yes, it does. With me making it. That's how it gets better. So, this is my vegan egg scramble made from split yellow lentils. And it fries up just like egg. So when the cookbook comes out, you'll know. And I think cookbooks just need to be reimagined. I see cookbooks now as like this. Or like a video cookbook where the person is telling you. Because reading a cookbook, it's great, but let's do more. Let's do more. So our potatoes are perfect. I've actually turned off the fire so they will just continue to stay warm. But the potatoes, the purple sweet potato hash is done with the serrano chilies. It's delicious. It's crispy. It's everything you dream of. The chilaquiles are going. I just put in the vegan egg scramble. It's going to be fantastic. Sometimes I flip it, but I'll just let it sit for a moment and share another funny. Okay, I sure will because you just told me to. That will be done. Another funny story about Mexico. So, I love Mexican cuisine, Mexican culture, Spanish language. I was raised in Central California, which has a large population, as well as California, of Hispanic people. I feel a oneness and a likeness, and my childhood was spent around people from all over. However, my father would love to go fishing in parts of Mexico. Something is burning. It better not be this. Hold on, let me flip these. And these should be nice and messy, like that good messy food. Yeah, good. So my dad would fish a lot in Mexico. My dad loves to fish. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My dad loves to fish. We would fish throughout California. He would go with his fishing buddies and go fishing. My father also speaks a dialect of Spanish by way of LA, which is where my father is from. And I have always loved Mexico. So when I was based out of New York, I would not stay in New York during the winter. Here's the thing. I don't know if anyone in the chat lives in New York or the East Coast. People often say they love New York. No one says they love New York in February when it's cold and the snow is brown and yellow from dog pee and you slip and slip your disc and it's miserable. So I would always complete my flying mid-December. So by December 20th, I was finished with flying and I would fly home to be with my parents. Yeah, no thank you. And I've lived in a few cities on the East Coast and it's fun, it's great. But this is why I live in Hawaii now. So I would finish flying by the 20th, fly back to California because I always told my mom, I know I'm a flight attendant and my mom loves the holidays. She loves to see her girls. I said, Mom, I can't give you Thanksgiving because sometimes my birthday falls on Thanksgiving. And I said, Mom, my intention is to be laying on the beach oiled up, hopefully with a nice gentleman next to me for my birthday, but I will always give you Christmas. So I was always home for Christmas, and then I would take off every January and February. You can, Tammy, do it. I have, okay? Ain't going back. So December, I would be with my family. Parts of January, I would stay with my family, and then I would go to Mexico. And I would go to smaller towns. I like to call myself a professional local or touring local. I am typically not going to be in any tourist town. Let me flip these one more time and I'm going to show you how delicious this is. I also prefer, if not to rent an apartment, a small boutique hotel. I will say in larger hotels, but I like a different experience because being a flight attendant, I lived that. So I don't want to be around the people that were on the plane. Thank you. I like to be in my own space. So I would go to Mexico, to these small towns, hop on the Colectivo, which is a small bus that would take you to these places. I would not hitchhike, but sometimes you grab a ride in the back of someone's truck to go to the neighboring town. That was me. Been doing it for years. Never felt afraid. I walk with a lot of power and strength. I meet every place, person, and thing with love and respect, and so I never fear any harm, so it doesn't come to me. However, my younger, why not? Hell known. That's please clarify. I don't understand. So my sister would come and see me because I would stay there for maybe 3-4 weeks. And because I've traveled a lot, I allow the space to be. If you are in parts of Italy, no one uses the stop signs. The stop sign is like a cautionary tale. It doesn't mean people actually stop. They drive quite crazy. Same as like in India or places in China. It doesn't frighten me because that's the flow of the people there. That's not the thinking of my sister. So my youngest sister came to see me, or I think I had taken her I had taken her Thank you. I do. Sure. Okay. But that's for you. I'm talking about me. So, right, me and my sister were there because she had just graduated college. I believe she got her degree in business. And it's always jokes and love. And I told her, I'll take you anywhere you want. I'll take you anywhere you want for like 10 days, 14 days. I stay in nice places. Don't worry about where you stay. Most of the meals, I got you. I got you. I'm your sister. I'm proud of you. You graduated. Let's go somewhere. So our initial, okay, this is it with the egg scramble. It is done. So I'm going to incorporate all of this now and finish the story and then eat. So our initial place to go was Belize. Now, I'm someone, I don't care about how long it takes to get there. You could say, oh, let's go to Goa, which is where I'm going next, which is like a beautiful beach area in India. And that may take 18 hours. It doesn't matter. But then again, I worked on the plane for 15 years, so the concept of time is not known to me. I just want to be there. So she didn't want to travel too far. So she was thinking Central America. We tried Belize, but the flights were full because we only fly by standby. So unless there's a seat open, we're not getting on the flight. So I said, okay, we're already packed up. I think we were at SFO, San Francisco Airport, or LA. I said, and I love doing this. I've done this a few times. I said, let's go to the departure board and let's pick. You just look at a place and let's go. Let's just go. She was like, okay. So we went to the departure board, and I think within the next hour and a half, 2 hours, was one of the flights to Mexico. I think it was into Cancun because we ended up going to Tulum, which I used to love. Now it's a bit too populated for me. I haven't been back to Tulum since 2015, and I wanted it. It's beautiful. I encourage everyone to go. It's a lovely place. It just has, I'll leave it at that. So we got on the flight. We flew into Cancun. I think we took the colectivo or the bus. I don't really take taxis. I'll hop in on the local bus. Like, I'm really a traveling local. So we went to Tulum and rented a beautiful apartment or villa. I think we jumped around because I'll usually stay somewhere for like 4 or 5 days and then find a different area and stay there for 4 or 5 days, like to really feel the area. And this was all paid for by me, for my sister, for her college graduation for about 10 days. And I also have to be the translator. Now, I do speak French. I speak Spanish, not as well as French, but I can get around. I can get around most places with language, and I pick up language very quickly. So she said, let's go out to eat tonight. I said, absolutely. Let's go get a cab, or I'll go downstairs and ask someone to call us a cab. The cab drivers drive fast, and that's an understatement. They drive fast. They swerve around people, but they get you there quickly and efficiently. So I don't interfere. As long as I get there in one piece, I'm good. Okay? My sister, not so much. She grabbing the thing. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, look, she told the taxi driver to slow down, and which I was shocked. She put her head between the driver's seat and the passenger seat. She said, slow down. I was like, Sam, this man been driving this cab for the past 30 years. He knows what he's doing. He don't need you to tell him to slow down. Sam, that's how it went. How did it go? How did it go? Okay. Everyone, my sister is in the chat, and you did tell the man to slow down. You said slow down quite loud, and I said, girl, this man knows how to drive, okay? You see? He did slow down. He did slow down. My chilaquiles are finished, just so as I'm telling the story. Slow down! I said, this man knows how to drive. He knows how to drive. So let me put together my chilaquiles. So I have my chilaquiles. And I am going to put some, I do a little of everything. So I like to put my roasted tamalito salsa. I'm going to put some pico de gallo. Then some black beans. Then some aguacate. And then some of my Hawaiian purple sweet potato hash. Yeah, throw it on there. And I'll also put some of my vegan chipotle mayo. Yes. It did go like that, Sam. I remembered you sticking your head through the little thing, telling the man to slow down. So then I finished it with a little of my vegan chipotle mayo. Let me make sure everything is off because I don't want to burn the place down. My sister had burned my parents' kitchen down. So because of that, what I learned is to always check to make sure everything is off. So this is our finished product, my chilaquiles with the vegan egg scramble, with the salsa, the roasted tamalito salsa, pico de gallo, black beans. I have a little of the vegan chipotle mayo, avocado, and then the hash. Now it's time to eat. I've been waiting to eat this all day. As my mom would say, tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama. But don't slap your mom. I'm a pacifist. I do not believe in any physical altercations. And it does taste marvelous. Yeah, I will. I'll make a post on TikTok. All of my lives I post onto my YouTube channel, which is under the same name, Hope is Speaking. Now that with the Chipotle mayo recipe, because of the music in the background, I have a few copyright issues that I'm working out. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Me too. I love talking to myself and listening to myself. I make myself laugh. I make myself great food. You see, this is why it's difficult for these gentlemen to pin me down, because unless you're elevating what I've created for myself, I'm okay. I'm really content within my space. However, I will post that, and it'll also be on my YouTube. So give me at least 24 hours, but I will. And the Chipotle mayo, boy, oh boy. If you go on a date, you take the Chipotle mayo and you say, baby, try this, and you put it on there, the person is yours for life. I know. I know. So, this is absolutely delicious. And the best thing is the sweetness of the sweet potatoes gives a fullness. It's amazing. So now, yeah, I will just continue to cook and speak. So I typically come on twice a day. Monday through Thursday, and sometimes on the weekend, but typically on the weekend I like to live my life. But this is what I do. Live a good life. Speak positivity. Thank you. Share my stories of traveling the world and what I have learned, and how I believe that as humans, sometimes we forget that we're all humans. Like, we're all in this together. So if this brings us together, me eating and talking, then I've done my blessing for the day. But I'm done now, because I'm going to finish this. And I'm not going to finish it on live, because I'm eating cute. I don't want to eat cute. I want to stuff my face. So, you see, Mad F, because I love you, and you came in at the end of the live, I'm eating chilaquiles with purple sweet potato hash, and it's delicious. This exact live will be posted, thank you, onto my YouTube page. So again, if you came in at the end, by tonight or tomorrow morning, I post all my lives onto the YouTube. You can see what I've used, as well as all my other lives. And I'm gonna go eat. So I always close my lives with this: be the reflection of love for what you are, because we all come from an infinite source of love. Show up, because I showed up. I showed up ready today, okay? Show up. Make it look good when you show up. Take the chance and show up. And now, Silo's focus, you got it? And love what you do in the day. If it's just one thing, I love this. This brings me a sense of fulfillment. And it starts changing the way you feel and see and act in life. So I love you. Stay blessed. But I'm going to eat, okay? Peace. I will see you maybe tonight or tomorrow. You'll definitely see me tomorrow, because right now I'm about to finish, hop on my bike. Someone went, love you too. Someone went and cut some coconuts for me, so I'm picking up fresh coconut. Fresh coconut! So maybe tomorrow we'll make like coconut milk and a coconut. We'll make at least 3 things with coconut, and I'll continue to share some of my tropical travel stories. Right? Yeah, time for me to chow down. Bye!